something unusual happened between March and April. Something Apple didn't want the world to notice. Six massive cargo planes departed from Chennai Airport, India, bound for the United States, each carrying 100 tons of iPhones. Apple was racing against time, dodging tariffs, and pulling off a billion-dollar maneuver. But here's the deeper question. Why does Apple go through all this effort? Why is iPhone manufacturing in the US still an impossible dream? Trump imposed strict tariffs, impacting imports from 180 countries, including a 26% duty on Indian products. But Apple wasn't going to wait around. Instead, they chartered flights, increasing production by 20% in India's factories and moving 600 tons of smartphones before new regulations took effect. Now here's the real twist. China, the powerhouse behind 90% of Apple's assembly, wasn't part of this plan. Why? Because the trade war pushed tariffs past 125%, making direct imports financially impossible. Even with all its efficiency, China couldn't be Apple's answer this time. The idea of moving iPhone production to America isn't new. Back in 2011, President Barack Obama asked Steve Jobs, what would it take to manufacture iPhones in the US? Jobs didn't hesitate. His answer was brutally honest. Those jobs will never come back. Fast forward to today, and Trump still dreams of a made-in-America iPhone. But market analysts and Apple itself know that reality doesn't match the political rhetoric. Building an iPhone isn't just about designing a great device. It's about orchestrating a global manufacturing symphony. Each iPhone contains over 1,000 individual components, sourced from suppliers all over Asia. Apple works with 187 manufacturers, 169 of whom are based in China and Taiwan. The final assembly happens in vast industrial zones designed for precision, scale, and efficiency. Now let's visualize this. Imagine relocating these operations to the United States. The challenge isn't just setting up factories, it's rebuilding an entire supply chain from scratch. Labor costs aren't the issue. China hasn't been a cheap workforce for years. The real problem is expertise and scale. China has millions of highly trained engineers specializing in precision manufacturing. According to Apple insiders, moving even 10% of the supply chain to the US would take 3 years and $30 billion, and would triple iPhone prices to over $3,500 per device. The United States simply doesn't have the infrastructure, the workforce, or the supplier ecosystem to support an operation as massive as Apple's. With Apple sourcing parts from dozens of countries, why haven't Arab nations entered the supply chain? Is it a lack of investment, skilled workers, or something else? The global tech industry continues to evolve, but only a handful of nations dominate manufacturing. Could we see new players emerge in the coming decades? Drop your thoughts in the comments, subscribe, and stay tuned for more deep dives into global economics and tech.